I think Mark and Sally Dietlein and Hale Center Theater is tremendously deserving of recognition in the arts. A lifetime of history involved in the Hale family, and Mark and Sally have been wonderful stewards of fostering the arts in Utah. Hale Center Theater has become an icon in our state. It's one of the top attended theaters in the entire country, with sold-out audiences every single night. What a great place for families to gather, people to have an opportunity to come and enjoy the arts and be exposed to the arts and the stories, get an opportunity to find some respite from their every single day doldrums, if you will, and come and spend time with family, escape the real world, and just have a lot of fun. Be there with your family, be there with your friends. But Mark and Sally have created a wonderful culture in the arts. They've had a lot of employees that have been very loyal with them. They've created loyalty back. They have dear, deep friends in our communities, and they're very talented.
Besides the fact that it's amazing, the stage, there's 2 theaters at that space, which are both amazing. There's the Jewel Box Theater and there's the center stage. So if you like traditional theater, you go to the Jewel Box. If you like the center stage, go to the center stage. I love them both. I think they're amazing, but the center stage is crazy. The stage moves, it goes up and down, it has things that fly in and fly out, and oh, the sound system's amazing, the actors are amazing, I think the shows are amazing. For me, it is a family. I've been there for such a long time. I started on at their old theater on Main Street, the very first theater that they had, when it was just this teeny-weeny little, postage stamp stage. I had a friend who was in a show there, and he kept bugging me to come see the show, so I finally went. But what I was the most impressed with, as I go in to get my ticket, there's this handsome man at the concession counter who's doing the tickets, and got my ticket. I go in, sit down. That same handsome man was in the show. I'm like, wait a minute, he did that and he did that. And then you go out at intermission and he's selling candy and goodies at intermission. And then you leave and he's out at the end greeting you and saying, hello, thank you so much for coming, which is what the actors do. And I found out it was Mark Dietlein, and I went, what the? Back then, they did everything. Then when I started working there, I found out they built the sets, they built the costumes. I'm Sally and Sally were doing costumes along with Ruth Hale and Grandpa Hale. And he was building sets with Mark, and I mean, it was amazing.
Sally said to me once that good theater breeds good theater, that it's not really a competition between theaters. It seems to be that if we are putting out amazing family-oriented theater that is of a quality nature, then more people want to do that type of theater, that more actors want to be involved in that kind of scene. And so in elevating the scene and trying to make theater absolutely accessible for everyone and at its highest caliber, I think it improves the market for everybody. It gives actors more opportunities to perform and families opportunities to see all sorts of theater. The legacy of the Hale Center Theater is hand in hand with the legacy of friendship and love that the Dietleins create. They welcome people into their circle and then they elevate them. And I'm so glad to have been a part of that. I'll love them forever.
I feel like Mark and Sally Dietlein are so worthy of this recognition because they've brought the beauty and the wonder of theater in just a huge way to our community. And it's not only just the theater, but it's what they've done, in schools and with nonprofits, and giving the opportunity for lots of people, from all walks of life to be able to experience theater.
Where Mark and Sally have worked together for 40 years in a business, they are so often lumped together, even today as we talk about them. But I think the most interesting thing about them is the individual skills they bring to that partnership. Mark is so analytical and is so good at looking into the future and what needs to be done and the plans to get there. And Sally is so much about finishing the product, making the art come together, making everyone feel happy and good about it, and putting the bow on the top. And that partnership's incredible, but yet they're really 2 very distinct individuals, and I think that partnership is what has made them so strong and so important to the arts community in Utah.
I've been so impressed with Mark and Sally Dietlein and how they have carried the family tradition on into our community today. They bring beautiful performances, wonderful performers, and I know how exciting it is as a performer myself to be able to peek through maybe the hole in the curtain and see every seat full rather than seeing a half empty theater. And every time I've gone in the past few years, it's been full. And it's exciting because I know how many people's lives are being blessed because of what they're able to experience in an evening at the Hale Theater.
Building on the legacy of Ruth and Nathan Hale, Mark and Sally Dietlein have had a tremendous impact on the arts community in the state of Utah. I mean, literally millions of patrons have walked through the doors of Hale Center Theater and had their lives enriched by the theater that is offered there.
So Hale is known for their great theater experiences. They have the world-class theater in the round. There's not a bad seat in the house. And just the way they tell stories, it's magical. And they've really elevated the theater and arts experience in Sandy. In fact, I was just at dinner last night at a new restaurant in Sandy that opened in the nearby location because of Hale Theater. So their foundation, bedrock business in our Sandy Cairns district, and attracting a lot of other high quality experiences and businesses as we build out our downtown area in Sandy.
I couldn't be more proud to be your friend and your favorite music director.
You really are superstars in Sandy.
We are so thrilled for you, and you are so deserving. And I personally am thrilled to be a part of it and sending you all these wonderful, loving wishes.